What is up, guys? Today we are back doing another video, and today I am going to be ranking on what is the best Minecraft update since beta. So here we go. So number 20 is the Spawn Eggs update 1.1. So 20 is Spawn Eggs and Super Flat Worlds were a well-needed thing, but if they were only basing on survival, this update only brings beaches to the party. So overall, not great, but I mean, it had some decent things. So we've got number 19 now, the horse update. The main features of this update are horses, and it brings leads, coal blocks, carpets, horses. So horses are not the easiest way to travel and are useless if you have an elytra. Carpets are useful for farms and are a cool decoration, but that is the only good part of the update. Everything else is kind of just basic. I mean, cool, but not useful. Number 18 is the Frostburn update. So this update brought two of the most annoying things into the game, strays and husks. The main things they brought into this update were even useless too. The only bone blocks and nether ore blocks were actually useful in this update. The only reason this is so high on the list is because it brought a lot of changes. I mean, it's not high, but I mean, you guys get the point. Now, in 17, we got the World of Color update. So, the main features of this update are colored concrete powder, glazed terracotta, and parrots. I really like parrots, glazed terracotta, concrete, and concrete powder, but this update did not bring in enough new things, which is why it is so low on the list. So now we've got the Busy Bees update at 16. So the main features of this update are bees, beehives, bee nests, honey bottles, honey blocks, honeycomb blocks, loads of bugs fixes, and it also brings a lot of rendering code rewritten. So adding bees I think was definitely a really cool idea, but it was originally, but after a while, like bees, they're not useful at all. Honey is like one of the most useless things in the game, so this is why it's so low. And number 15, we've got the Minecraft Exploration update. The main features of this update are woodland mansions, shulker boxes, totems of undying, llamas, but it also brings nitwits and cartographer villagers. The Exploration update brought two of the best items in the game, shulker boxes and totems of undying. They also brought woodland mansions and lavas into the game, but I mean, whoever uses those? The nitwit can't do anything, and the cartographer is the most useless job in the game for villagers. So it's so low on this list because of that. And now in number 14, we've got Minecraft 1.2 upgrade, the Iron Golem update. The main features of this update are jungles, iron golems, ocelots, redstone lamps, but it also brings bottles of enchanting, abandoned mine shafts, and zombie sieges. Jungles are one of the best biomes in Minecraft, and Iron Golems is a very iconic mob. Mine shafts are also very cool additions. Ocelots are also very cool. They just aren't enough. To make this go up higher on the list. Number 13, we've got the Minecraft 1.3 update. So this update brought villager trading, desert temples, jungle temples, emeralds, ender chests, but it also brings tripwire hooks, writable books, enchanted golden apples, and adventure mode. Ender chests are very cool, but you need silk touch to mine it, so it isn't too useful. Desert temples also have some really good loot. Villager trading, though, is one of the best things they have ever added into the game. But when it was first added, it wasn't too useful. Enchanted golden apples are cool, but they don't have much of a use considering they're so hard to get. Everything else in this update wasn't too great, so that's why it's just number 13. At number 12, we have the Minecraft 1.7 update, the update that changed the world. The main features of this update are 11 new biomes such as mesas and mega taigas, new world generator, and stained glass, but it also brings custom nether portals. In this update, they did not add much, but all the biomes that they added had a ton more excitement, giving us more chances and creativity in the game. So that's why it's number 12. And number 11 on the list might be the most controversial one on the list. It's the Bountiful Update 1.8. So, the main features of this update are ocean monuments, slime blocks, granite, andesite, and diorite, rabbits, endermites, but it also brings sheep muttons, armor stands, chorister, iron trapdoors, banners, enchanting gun criers, lapis lazuli now. So, this update added two of my favorite things in the slime blocks and the ocean monuments. But besides that, there's nothing else good. I mean, there's granite, andesite, and diorite. Like, those things are just annoying. Nothing really else that's even worth mentioning. At number 10, we have the 1.5 Redstone update. So this one's also pretty controversial. The main features of this update are hoppers, block of redstone, daylight sensor, redstone comparator, trap, chest, nether quartz, but it also brings weird pressure plates and better lightning. So I personally love making redstone machines and automatic farms, and this was the update where like everything was added that you need for those, so I just had to put it up fairly high. So at number 9, we have the Pretty Scary Update 1.4. This update the main features of this update are withers, anvils, command blocks, beacons, bats, but it also brings carrots, potatoes, pumpkin pots, item frames, and flower pots. This update brought tons of good things like anvils and the withers. They are some of the best things ever added into the game, but besides these two things, there is absolutely nothing else that's even worth having in the game. And for number 8, we have Minecraft's Caves and Cliffs Part 2. So the main feature of this update are completely overhauled world generation, added a huge and complex cave systems, much more varied and extreme terrain generations, radically changed ore distribution, increased overworld height limit 64 blocks downwards, but it also brings new overworld music by Lena Rain, new Other Side music disc by Lena Rain, mobs spawn only in complete darkness, level 80. So this update completely changed the above and below ground in the overworld. This update made extreme landforms, making the game overall a fuller game. So nothing bad about it, but nothing too good. In number 7, we have the 1.9 Combat Update. The main features of this update are end cities, electrolinks, combat changes, outer end islands, shulkers, shields, but it also brings subtitles, igloos, new arrows, revamped Ember Dragon fight, ability to use your second hand, removed enchanted golden apples, and better command blocks. This update brought tons of great items like the elytras, shields, outer end islands, end cities, and shulkers. All these things are great, but none of these things are game changing, which is why it is right here. At number 6, we have the update Aquatic. The main features of this update are kelp and seagrass, fish mobs, dolphins, turtles, the drowned, tridents, coral reefs, phantoms, conduits, but it also brings submerged caves, swimming, shipwrecks, treasure maps, iceberg, bubble columns, and new water physics. They added so many changes to the water in this update, and all of them are so great. The top changes are shipwrecks, tridents, and fish mobs. This update overall is solid, like 1.9, but nothing in this update is game-changing. So that's why it's number 6. And number 5, we've got the Wild Update. This update added the Deep Dark, Ancient Cities, the Warden, Skulk Blocks, and mangrove swamps, frogs, allays, but it also brings recovery compasses. This is the latest update, and this update did not disappoint. The Deep Dark and the Warden is such a great addition. This alone would put it high on the list, with the frogs and allays make the mangrove swamps even better. That's why it is number 5. So at number 4 now, we have Minecraft Caves and Cliffs Part 1. The main features of this update are various cave plants, axolotls, glow squids, goats, copper, amethyst geodes, rock ore, candles, more stone blocks, but it also brings improved various textures, light block. This update added so many great things into the game. It almost completely changed the game, giving the game a very new feel. It was a super fun update, and when I opened the game fresh, right after the F fight, it felt so good. Overall, this game just felt so much better after this update, so that's why it's number 4. And number 3, we've got the Village and Pillage update. The main features of this update are village overhaul, pillagers, raids, updated all textures of the game, foxes, pandas, bamboo forests, but it also brings new crafting stations. As I said earlier, villager trading revolutionized Minecraft, and now with better trades they are very useful. They also added bamboo in raids, which are super fun and useful. So now we're in the top 2, and number 2 is the Nether update. The main features of this update are Warped Forest, Crimson Forest, Soul Sand Vales, Piglins, Hoglins, Striders, many new Nether blocks, Netherite tools, and armor, but it also brings zombie pigmen and now zombified piglins. The Nether had almost no purpose and was so bland, but now with the update of the Nether, it is the most interesting dimension. They added so many new mobs, which are also cool. They also added Netherite, the most powerful armor and weapons in the game. Everything they added in this update was perfect, and that's why it is so high. So now, the number 1, the best update that was ever added, the Adventure Update 1.0. So this update brought the end, enchanting, potions, breeding, but it also brings villagers, mushroom islands, nether fortresses, more nether mobs, and snow golems. This update was the first update after beta, and it did pack a punch. It had some of the best things into the game: nether fortresses, mushroom islands, villagers, breeding, potions. Let's just stop right here. Everything in this update was perfect. Enchanting is in the top 10 best things in Minecraft. And not just enchanting, this guy too. The Ender Dragon. So that's the list right here, guys. So please remember to like and subscribe. And if you agree with me, comment down below. So, yeah, see ya.